for breakfast. And time to talk ads, social media and aeroplanes with Mr. Vaughn Davis at tgf.co.nz, the goat farm. Good morning, Vaughn.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. Now, first up, we'll start on social media.
Yes.
And the riots in the UK.
Are they riots or are they the cleverest, biggest ever ambient advertising stunt for Blackberry?
Well, that's right. Now, this is what's amazing. Over here in New Zealand, we've a lot of Nokia phones and a lot of iPhones, obviously, a lot of Android phones. BlackBerry, of course, associated with business.
Yeah, BlackBerry's the uncool thing that people grizzle about and wish they had an iPhone.
Yeah.
And interestingly, about a year ago, I believe, there was a bit of a handset dump into the UK market of very affordable BlackBerries.
Right.
With BlackBerry comes a thing called BlackBerry Messaging, which is sort of a closed fence text messaging service that doesn't go through the telcos necessarily, and it's encrypted, it's secure, and it's private.
Is it kind of like real time chat? Is it like Skype chat or
no?
Chat
It's more like closer to text messaging.
Okay.
The stories coming out of the UK say that it's become the weapon of choice for your organised rioter, which is just couldn't be further away from the corporate user here in New Zealand. So maybe this whole thing was just come the Can Advertising Festival next year. Someone will put their hand up and say, you know what, this was just our way of making BlackBerry cool.
But it looks like the BlackBerry may cooperate with the police.
Yeah, they're rolling over, and well, they're pretty much saying, you come with a search warrant, we'll give you access to the data and the messaging and allow you to unpick the conversations.
And most people say, well, look, these cretins have got to be caught, but at the same time, does it set a dangerous precedent?
Yeah, well, because the other big story in the UK, I remember, was phone hacking, phone tapping, and how bad that is. And now the government wants to do it themselves. They want to text hack and track down the rioters. So there's some big privacy implications. But privacy versus smashed windows, I think people are happy to put the privacy aside. But hackers have taken down the BlackBerry blog. It's back up now. It's all no mention of riots or anything like that.
Yeah.
But, it's all happening over there, man.
It is, and of course social media has played a big part in getting the news out about what's been going on there.
And the clean-up as well.
And the clean-up,
student volunteer, although people are now saying, it's just, there is really no riot clean-up movement. It's just government propaganda, keep calm and carry a brick or whatever. It's
right.
Yeah, who knows what the truth is really. But interesting hack going on with the Photoshop looter pictures, and there's people having a lot of fun with this.
Tell us about this.
Well, this is just I don't know where it started, but it's sort of taken on a life of its own. And in the hour or so since I last looked at it, the 2 or 3 images have been added to the list. So we've got some of those iconic images from the rioting that people have just mashed up. So you've got
there's an image on the front page of the Herald this morning, right? Of
yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday.
The guy in the we'll get back to that actually. The guy in the tracksuit, but they've got him stealing poodles, which is pretty cute. I think there's a picture of a bunch of rioters playing Twister, stealing saxophones, all sorts of things, and it's
riding a Segway.
A
unicorn.
There is the obligatory unicorn. I think there's a picture of people streaming out of a shop stealing lolcats, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So it's,
and the guy in the Adidas tracksuit stealing a teddy bear, but of course the whole Adidas thing is interesting with what's happening back here.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. It's all coming together globally, man. These are the end times. So the Herald, I'm sure they were chuckling into their teacups when they ran this front page. Yesterday they ran a front page of London in flames, and there are plenty of pictures of London in flames, but they chose to run this one, which shows a rioter dressed from head to toe in Adidas, which is sort of a bit of a interesting dig by the staff down at the Herald, who in my mind's eye are all sort of 50-year-old men with a half-smoked cigarette and a cardigan, wondering how they're going to get to the rugby at the weekend. Adidas
does seem to be the choice for football hooligans and rioters and shoplifters.
Yeah, but it does. But here in New Zealand, it looks increasingly to be the choice of no one. With the $220 jersey thing going on.
Yeah.
And this morning the news that they'd cancelled the big party. Were you invited?
I wasn't invited.
I wasn't invited.
But the funny thing is, right? I wasn't invited, but I did get the email from the PR company
cancelling it
this morning, saying we regret we've decided to postpone tomorrow evenings. I was like, well, Black is Beautiful party. It's called. Well, why are you telling me? I wasn't invited. I don't care.
Yeah, it's fun times, and there's been people hacking their posters out on the streets. The All Yours posters that have been around. So putting not all yours or all yours for $220. Briscoe's Rebel Sport, the other half of the Briscoe's empire, has responded by discounting the jersey, which is not as strong an action as they could have taken. They had a lot of power there, and they chose not really to use it. It's a real good demonstration that when it comes to your brand, your actions speak far louder than your words. You can do all the fancy advertising, and Adidas in New Zealand with the All Blacks has done some fantastic, award-winning, attention-getting advertising over the years. They did the nanotechnology fibre a couple of years ago, where they wove the names of the All Blacks into the jersey. They did the All Blacks poster, which actually contained the blood of the All Blacks in the ink, which was pretty extreme. And it's all thrown away really, and by the actions of probably short-sighted actions of the whoever runs the brand.
Well, is it a big disconnect between, say, corporate head office, wherever that is, and local distribution? Yeah,
well, I think it's a disconnect between the $25 million figure they keep bandying around and what the normal New Zealand rugby fan can afford to pay. I think the best comment I heard was on another radio station. Marcus Lush asked if a listener would like to knit him one.
Yeah,
I think that's cool. I think we'll see it
on social media.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of All Blacks jersey hacks. Why not? I'm waiting for Mr. Vintage or someone to bring out a non-Adidas t-shirt.
There's a lot of good craft groups around the country.
Yeah. Crochet me an All Blacks shirt. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
So that's add social media onto aeroplanes.
Yeah, aeroplanes. Interestingly, we talked about crashes and air shows a couple of weeks back, and a friend of mine, Jason, put me onto this. This is fantastic. This is 1992, so it's a bit of an oldie, but it's a goodie. A couple of Russian MiGs collided at an air show at Fairford, and the first thing you see in the video is the bloody burning MiG just about falls onto a poor old Hercules, which is very sad. We had some people from my unit were up there, and they were watching the air show from the wing of the Hercules. It's a fantastic place to sit as a sort of grandstand. And they just about jumped off because I thought this damn thing was going to land on them. But the best part of the video is soon afterwards, after Sergei or whatever his name was, ejected from his Mig-29.
Yeah,
you see him walking. Towards the camera. His hair is immaculate in that sort of Eastern European / Sopranos. Way. I don't know whether
he's a flyboy.
He's a flyboy. He's looking good, and he pulls a pack of cigarettes out of his pocket, lights up, and just strolls away like nothing ever happened. With
the burning plane in the background, it needs to be sort of slow motion walking away.
Yeah. Bruce Willis. The only thing that would be cooler is if he had gone over to the airplane, leaned down, and lit his cigarette off the burning wreckage. So that is how to crash your airplane. That really is.
That is quite called Mig-29 crash at Fairford. If you want to search for that on YouTube. Otherwise, you can see this video once more up at tgf.co.nz as a video, because it's a video.
It's a video.
It's a video thing. Vaughn Davis over at tgf.co.nz. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Time now here on